Ladies and gentlemen, Gregory Peck. The world never seems as fresh and wonderful, as comforting and terrifying, as good and evil, as it does when seen through the eyes of a child. For a writer to capture that feeling is remarkable. Perhaps that is why one book in the last few years has been so warmly embraced by tens of millions of people. To Kill a Mockingbird, winner of the Pulitzer Prize and just about every other award a book can win.
Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird is a timeless classic that has sold more than 30 million copies since publication in 1960 and has been translated into more than 40 languages. Since publication, it has become a standard in literature curricula nationwide in schools. In this story, a white girl is in court for a child claiming to be raped by a black man. The lawyer for the case is the father of a young girl named Scout, who is going through her curious stages of life and wants to know everything about everything. However, things take a turn for the worst when the man is falsely accused of raping the girl, and all of the issues with racism, sexism, and truth emerge from the characters and their cultural views. Since the novel was introduced to classrooms in 1963, there has been a lot of controversy due to the issues such as rape and racial inequality in the American South. Although this book is read mainly in middle and high school, the racial slurs and dialogue about rape and the profanity have led to the challenges of appropriateness in libraries and classrooms, so much so that the ALA reports it to still rank at number 21 of the 100 most frequently challenged books from the years 2000 to 2009. One of the most common complaints from parents is the use of rape as a plot as in the story. There was also the issue of racism and whites and blacks being perceived differently and treated differently, and this book didn't seem to make matters better, especially for black children reading it for an assignment in school. While I agree with these issues and reasons for banning the novel, I also think that this story is such a huge piece of literature and shows just how hard life was in the past and how far we've come as a society, culture, and country in terms of racism and degradation. I don't think this book should be banned from high schools or libraries, but I think as educators we need to look at our audience and make a censoring decision that is appropriate. A great way to get parent feedback is to send home a letter to parents explaining the story and the purpose for having their children read it, and having them sign permission slips. Alternatives can also be provided for students who aren't allowed to read this story. I read this book in 8th grade, watched the movie in 8th grade, and we took a class trip to Seacoast Rep in 8th grade to see the performance, and we all learned so much and gained such a big understanding of the issues that were presented to us and how they've been resolved.
That Scout. Some people call her Jean Louise Finch, but she insists on Scout. And that's her brother, Jim. Just a boy until the day he learns there is evil in the world. And Atticus Finch, the father, whose devotion to justice places him and his children in jeopardy. I've been appointed to defend Tom Robinson. Now that he's been charged, that's what I intend to do.
You've taken his
You'll excuse me, Mr. Ewing.
What kind of man are you? You got children of your own.
Atticus, Jim says his watch is going to belong to him someday.
That's right.
What are you going to give me?
There's a pearl necklace. There's a ring that belonged to your mother. You want to tell us what really happened?
I got something to say, and if you ain't gonna do nothing about it, then you're just a bunch of lousy stinking coward!